Had to do a little shuttle swap in the field. It worked.
Meet the Peterson family. Our dad, the three Peterson brothers, and our families farm together in central Kansas. Our family farm started in 1882 and has been raising cattle and crops ever since. Please subscribe to this channel and give us a like and a comment if you enjoy the video.
Kind of caught up on spraying for now. We have some wheat stubble to hit. It can wait a little bit. We have some good chances of rain. A good July rain. That goes a long way for all of our fall crops. Our corn is tasseling. The earlier stuff is pollinating. So a rain would be huge towards making yield, obviously. We have about only 80 acres that needs a little more nitrogen. And I was planning on wide dropping it this whole time, but then it was really dry and we were busy. So I might be crazy, but I decided to pull the trigger because if you want good corn, you gotta feed it. So I'm gonna put on our easy drops and go drop 2 loads of nitrogen and hope it gets rained in here in the next 2-3 days. So last year I had them sitting on a pallet and they were confusing to put back because I had just kind of piled them there. Anyways, this year I hung them up all in order and we'll see how quickly I can just put them on. Should make it a lot easier. Not that it's a hard process. You know, you have some that are for the edge and some for your wings and some for the middle. In about 20 minutes, well, 20-30 minutes, I've got them all clicked into place, and the hardware stays on the boom. So after you get your hardware on, putting these on goes real easily. But shout out to Easy Drops. And we like them to be able to put on quick and go drop some in. So now all I have left is to turn off the nozzle bodies that I won't be using, and then click this on to the others, and I'll be ready to go drop some in. Well, the first year I did drops, the corn got kind of tall on me too. And this year it's going to be the same way. And then I always seem to do it, well, I always do it on a windy day because then I can't be spraying other places and it's always hot and the corn is curling up. I know people in the high states get all stressed out when their corn's curling up, but we kind of have our corn leaves curl in every year. But it looks good in the mornings, and with the chances of rain, I know it could use more nitrogen if we keep getting rain, so I'll put it out there, hopefully get a rain to get it in the ground, and then the corn can use it, or I'm hoping to put a cover crop here this fall to help hold some of it for either cattle to graze or the wheat to use after the beans next year. Whenever I do this, I feel crazy, but there's nitrogen. Doing it like them I-State boys. Whoop! It works. You betcha. Gotta pay attention. There's our pivot. That's not much good this year because we don't have any water to pump through it. Hopefully the rain falls from the sky.
Well, I think it was a good decision to put on some nitrogen yesterday. Because overnight we got over an inch of rain. How about that? Perfect timing.
Pretty nice morning to be taking the easy drops back off after a nice rain to put that nitrogen in the ground. Couldn't have asked for better timing.
Second cutting alfalfa going up right now. Well, I guess it's going down. It'll go up when we put it in the bale. It's a little bit past the bloom stage of what we'd want it to be, but it was kind of rainy this last part of the last week, so we waited till Monday morning. This is the 1-year-old stand. This is its first year, and then across the waterway there is the older stand.
This is kind of interesting to me.
So there's what it looks like.
Between Russia and Ukraine has been interesting effect on Russia's fast
What's going in?
according to Insider, in response to a major.
So this corner even, I'm leaving a little bit of track, so that's one of the reasons I kind of was thinking we should swap it last week, and I was kind of right. It's pretty soft ground, pretty decent producing for second cutting. Our second cutting of alfalfa is taller than our wheat was. When it whacks the plants, all the bugs go up in the air. Man, look at them all. All the bugs breeding on alfalfa. Some of them are probably good beneficials, and some of them are not. Okay, Evan brought me diesel since I didn't start this field with a full tank. And now that it's 2 o'clock, I guess I'll go home and eat lunch. So it's a beautiful day to cut hay. So off he goes. This is his first time swathing since last summer, but he's ready to go. Out moving bales. We need to get these bales moved off so we can spray this to kill all these pigweeds.
Say hi. Henley and I are planting the last field of double crop with the planter. I think these will be the last acres the planter covers this year. But then it's gonna need some new opener discs. We've put enough acres on it that this winter we're hoping to do that. Hopefully this 55 acres will go pretty quick and with no problems. The drill has about 40 acres left to go. There's chances of rain, and we hope one of them comes through and gives us a good rain for everything. So we should be done planting by then, and all we'll need is rain. There will be a couple fields of blank wheat stubble that we'll spray through the summer and go back to wheat on. Most everything else is drilled to something. Henley likes to take the air out of my seat. Yeah, you're ornery. Well, we did some replant here on a forage sorghum field where the chinch bugs have straight up eaten the whole first 2 passes along this wheat field. The chinch bugs are the worst anybody's ever seen. The worst since the 80s is what I've heard. Kendall's calling me, I should answer. With this last few acres, I think the planter... Yeah, you're putting me down, aren't you? Yeah, you are. I think the planter is done for this year. The planter's done for this year, Henley. Unless we have to come out and replant again, which would not be fun, and I don't know if we even would. She's excited. We're ready to go home. We're glad things are winding up. Now we're ready for rain. Can you say we want it to rain?
We want the rain.
Yeah! Greg just reminded me that we have his little patch of sunflowers to plant. So I was wrong. The planter is not done. Sunflower trails. We do it for the people. Greg does it for the people. I'm ready to go to the lake.
All right, we are planting sunflowers. So this is my 1 field of double crop sunflowers, and I try to do a field every year, and I'm putting in about a 20-acre field of sunflowers here by my house. And this field will be open to take pictures in late August or early September, whenever it blooms and turns nice and yellow. I'll put some pictures in here to show you guys what it looks like at its peak bloom. I feel like there's nothing better than a field of Kansas sunflowers when they're in peak bloom. So normally I film a whole vlog in the daytime of planting sunflowers and kind of explain what all's going on and show it a little bit better, but I don't know, I forgot I had a church softball game tonight, so I went and played that. Here I am at almost 10 o'clock, planting my sunflowers. There's a chance of rain tonight. That was also not there earlier today, at least not 100% chance. We'll see if it actually rains. But because of those factors, it's dark, and it's also not a very big field, only 17, 18 acres, or it's not going to take me very long, not even an hour probably. And so anyway, that's that. So sunflowers are planted just like any of our other row crops. We use our Great Plains PL 5700 planter, and we've got fertilizer in this tank, and we've got seed in the 2 bulk tanks, although I only put 2 bags of sunflower seeds in for 20 acres. So again, not a very big field, so not a lot of seed and fertilizer is needed. We're planting at 24,000 seeds per acre and putting on 20 to 25-ish gallons of fertilizer. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Planted 10 acres so far, so over half done already. It's only been half an hour.
On to another field. This field was oats. We chopped it. Now we're going in with a blend that we're going to put once treated cattle on. So if they don't start on feed, we're going to try to kick them out on this and let them fill their rumen, stay as healthy as possible. And then once we get another kind of group of them, then we'll try starting them again. This field has a water. We can also make it open to a bunk line up at the front of that pen. So it's just going to give us some flexibility with cattle feeding and with starting. Okay, we set up a poly. You can see the poly wire spool right there. Across this pond, that's the pond we water the feedlot out of. It is all grown up to vegetation. So we're using some heifers that we used earlier to graze it off. We set up a poly though, so they won't be able to just come and eat away all this brome. So it's like 98 in the pen or something. They're gonna graze all the way from this wire up to those bales, that line of straw bales. Here's the weeds they're eating on now. We want them to go out past that propane tank and eat all that. They're finding it. Out on the pond dam they go. Okay, here to Swath the hay meadow. There's not much here. The pastures are doing pretty well considering how much rain they've got, but these are brome, and then this hay meadow, just not a lot there. Okay, it's all done on the ground here. There's not gonna be a ton of bales here, but we got something done. We are swathing corn today. Not a usual thing that I say, but there was a test plot or something, and we're taking care of the rest of it. It had too many weeds in it, and they're wanting it made into cattle feed. Spitting it right out the back, the ears and everything. So if you're wondering, that's what the corn cob looks after it went through the roller crimper. So I mean, I'm not necessarily just going to be putting corn cobs into the bales. So it'll rake up some of this stuff. I'm not sure. I mean, the leaves are really what we're going to be baling. The stalks are going to take a little while to dry out. I mean, they're crimped. They're going to take a while to dry out. That's how it's crimping. It smells like corn right here, let me tell you that. They have the juice from the corn. So here's some pretty good stuff. Foxtail, that's making pretty good hay. Over here there's strips of foxtail and some kochia, some corn and beans. It was supposed to be 8 rows in 3 different segments, but it's gonna be cattle feed now. So them are beans. Swathing them too. Okay, I'm on the last swath of this field, then I'm gonna head at home. And then this week we're gonna have a lot of making and baling to do. Okay, it's sprinkled for a bit. Now the sun's out again. And so I came by, loaded my feed. Then I gotta go watch my daughter do something tonight. So I'm gonna feed when I get back from that, because it'll be a little cooler. Cattle will be up at the bunk. Also, I'm all the way out of hay, like totally. So our hay grinder is supposed to be coming in the morning. So I'm hoping to get a fresh supply then.
Well, we're not getting a whole lot from it, but I think it's enough. I'm not going to worry about going out to plant. Guess I'll get my Saturday evening off. And hey, maybe it'll be more than I think. Certainly won't hurt those soybeans on that hill over there come up.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Check out our music videos linked in the description. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, and explore our website, www.petersonfarmbrothers.com. See you guys next time.